Have you ever wondered who really calls the shots in our world? Is it the presidents and prime ministers we see on the news? Or is there another, more influential group operating just beyond the spotlight? Today, we pulling back the curtain on the new American oligarchs, a class of billionaire tycoons who wield a level of power that rivals, and in some cases, surpasses that of entire nations. Let's rewind a bit. The term oligarch often brings to mind images of Russian gas tycoons or figures from history books, but the concept isn't confined to one country or era. Think back to the Gilded Age in America. Men like Andrew Carnegie, the steel magnate, and John D. Rockefeller, the oil baron, didn't just build companies. They built the very infrastructure of a modern nation. Their fortunes were so vast, and their influence so deep, that they could sway markets, fund political campaigns, and shape public opinion on a massive scale. They were, in essence, the original American oligarchs. They controlled the railways, the steel mills, and the oil fields, the essential arteries of a growing industrial power. Fast forward to today. The smokestacks and oil derricks have been replaced by servers and satellites, but the game remains strikingly similar. The new titans of industry aren't forging steel. They're coding software, launching rockets, and building global digital platforms. Figures like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg are the Rockefellers and Carnegies of our time. Their wealth is not just in dollars and cents. It's in data, influence, and the very architecture of our modern lives. Take Jeff Bezos. He didn't just create an online bookstore. He built a global logistics empire with Amazon, a cloud computing behemoth with AWS that powers a huge chunk of the internet, and he owns the Washington Post, one of the most influential newspapers in the world. When one person controls a marketplace where millions buy and sell, the digital infrastructure many businesses rely on, and a major source of our news, that's a consolidation of power unheard of in previous generations. His decisions about shipping, pricing, and data collection don't just affect his company's bottom line. They impact small businesses, consumer habits, and the flow of information worldwide. Then there's Elon Musk. He's simultaneously revolutionizing electric vehicles with Tesla, pushing the boundaries of space exploration with SpaceX, and shaping global conversation with his ownership of X, formerly Twitter. SpaceX isn't just a private company. It's a crucial partner for NASA that's become a dominant force in satellite deployment, including the Starlink network that can provide internet access to remote or conflict-ridden areas. When Musk makes a decision, it can affect everything from the future of sustainable energy to geopolitical communications during a war. That's a level of influence that goes far beyond a traditional CEO. Let's not forget Bill Gates. After co-founding Microsoft and ushering in the personal computer revolution, he transitioned into one of the world's most powerful philanthropists. Through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he has poured billions into global health initiatives, tackling diseases and funding vaccine development. While the positive impact is undeniable, it also means that the priorities of a single foundation, guided by one man's vision, can set the global health agenda. This raises important questions about accountability. Who holds these philanthropic giants accountable when their influence is as significant as that of the World Health Organization? And across the Pacific, we saw a similar rise with figures like Jack Ma, the co-founder of Alibaba. He created an e-commerce and fintech ecosystem in China that mirrored Amazon and PayPal combined, becoming a symbol of Chinese entrepreneurial spirit. However, his story also serves as a cautionary tale. His public criticism of Chinese regulators led to a swift and powerful government crackdown, demonstrating that even in a globalized world, the power of these tech oligarchs can be checked by the sovereign power of the state. The influence of these modern oligarchs extends deep into the political sphere. It's not always about overt lobbying or backroom deals, though that certainly happens. It's about a more subtle, pervasive power. Their companies are some of the biggest political donors. Their personal wealth allows them to fund think tanks, advocacy groups, and media outlets that can shape policy debates before they even reach the legislative floor. This phenomenon is often called policy capture, where public policy becomes aligned with the interests of a wealthy few rather than the general public. Think about the debates around tech regulation, antitrust laws, or climate change policy. The voices and resources of these tech giants are so loud and far-reaching that they can often drown out other perspectives. They don't just participate in the conversation, they often set the terms of the conversation itself. So, what does this mean for the rest of us? For democracy, the core principle of a democratic society is one person, one vote. But when wealth concentration reaches these extreme levels, we risk sliding into a system of $1, one vote. The ability of ordinary citizens to influence their own governance can be diminished when confronted by such immense private power. This isn't a simple story of good versus evil. These individuals are often brilliant innovators who have created products and services that many of us use and love every day. They've generated immense economic value and pushed the boundaries of what's possible. The issue isn't their success, but the structure of a system that allows that success to translate into such disproportionate political and social power without any real democratic oversight. The old oligarchs of the Gilded Age eventually faced a public backlash, leading to the trust-busting era and new regulations designed to curb their power. The question for our generation is whether we are heading toward a similar moment of reckoning. Will we find new ways to ensure that the benefits of technological innovation are shared more broadly, and that our democratic institutions are protected from the overwhelming influence of concentrated wealth? The story of the new American oligarchs is the story of our time. It's a story about power, wealth, and the future of our global society. It challenges us to think critically about who builds our world and, more importantly, who gets to decide what that world looks like. Thank you so much for watching. This is a complex topic, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think holds the most power in the world today? If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the forces shaping our world. See you in the next one.